What's up? What's up? What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Pits Podcast. We ain't gonna hold you. We are not giving y'all a full episode tonight because our schedules be so crazy. We live in different time zones. It's been a lot going on lately. So we just wanted to come in, check in with y'all, see how everybody is doing. Let y'all drop in the comments and whatnot. Let us know how you feel, yada, yada, yada. Of course, like always, please subscribe to our YouTube channel, comment, like, share all the things. Follow us on IG. Continue to engage with us on IG. That is _Pits_podcast on Instagram. With that being said, let's just get right into a little check-in moment. QQQ, what's good? What's popping? What's going on? Giving very Boondocks vibes tonight. What's good?
I'm motherfucking tired. I'm here. Been working, feels like all day. Been creating all day, back to back. Your boy's tired, but you know what? I'll go to war for it. I'll go to war.
What you doing right now?
Y'all seen that video? Y'all be laughing like a motherfucker. And when the people see it, they gonna know what I mean.
Because I'm sure as hell do not. Put it on Twitter. Tag us on Twitter.
I'm gonna see if I can find it. Y'all just check in with somebody else. I'm gonna see if I can find it.
KD girl, what's going on? What's good? What's goody?
Not nothing. I just been chilling. Finished with my exams this week. Praise God, praise God, praise God.
All right.
Just ready to, move on to better things.
Girl, amen and hallelujah. Okay. I've been good, really, really, really busy. busy. I'm like in between new projects at my job and then also potentially going to another job. And then it's a lot of stuff going on all at once, but we created for this, so I'm good. I ain't even gonna complain because it's not like these aren't blessings. It's just a lot going on at one time. So I ain't gonna say nothing too much to, block a blessing because we all need a blessing. Okay. You got a lot going on over there. Did you find it?
I did.
You gonna show it to us?
Yes, I do. Hold on.
Okay.
Okay, here we go.
Read these comments right now. Yeah, let me tell you so. You know I'm SUV. I know this tattoo. I bet fuck this shit. I'm finna go through my followers because I know this bitch follow me. I just going through the followers. They go to tattoo, they go to baby suit, but I don't see my baby daddy nowhere. I don't see my baby daddy nowhere. You know, I feel like you took his phone and tried to post you on his page. They tried to make me mad. Round of applause, bitch. You made me mad, bitch. I just hope you ready. I hope you ready to die about that dick. I hope you ready to die about that dick because I'm ready to go to war for it. I'm ready to go to war. And it's on soul. I get active, mama. He should have told you about me. I get active, little baby. Ma'am, missus, I get active for real. So I hope you love your baby. I hope you love your baby because I'm stopping both of y'all acts. That's who read these comments right now. Yeah, let me tell you something.
Wait.
Okay, I wasn't ready for all of that.
I don't condone any of that. Don't y'all be out there going to war for no dick. Don't do it. I don't condone anything in that message. But I respect her energy. I respect her energy.
Woo!
But I don't condone any of that.
That's on song.
I stopped the mama and the baby girl over some dick work.
Girl, was she gonna do? She finna go to war for it.
Yeah, girl. My God, I don't think I've ever had it that good. Shit. Go on, sis.
Oh, I got another one to show y'all.
Not she's that extreme.
It ain't that extreme. It's gonna be something y'all are going to love.
You say that.
I know that. 1 second. Wait a minute. Wait a goddamn minute.
We doing that.
We playing.
Wait, y'all.
I wish we had that little theme song that comes on at a little talk show. Do, 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 do. You
You want to find it and bring it back at the end, or you think you're close to finding?
I'm close to finding it.
Okay.
You're not, because
Well,
I'm
in the
not.
meantime, while he's close
Oh.
to finding it, as I was saying, things are good. We just been trying to block no blessings over here this way. But life has been busy. We've all been busy. Hence, we're not giving y'all a full, deep dive episode this week. Hopefully, we'll be back next week with a full episode. But y'all just bear with us while we figure it out. Like I said, different time zones. Everybody's in a different state. We got people in school. Everybody is employed over here. So everybody has a job. It's a lot going on. But we gonna get it
Too
together.
much.
And we're still waiting. This is interesting.
You know
That's
what?
how I'm doing in the moment.
I feel like
You don't have it?
I'm
That's what I
close.
feel.
no, because I feel like I'm close to it. I know I am.
Okay, well, in the meantime, since we're not giving y'all a full episode today, but what we do have time for, like we will always have time for this, the motherfucking pits. Because like we always say, you may be safe in this space, but your mess is not, and that includes our own. Now, with that being said, Miss Phoenix, you want to help us dive into the pits this week?
Oh, I got too many. Stop texting me.
Ooh.
First and foremost, I don't care about the eyeballs. Stop texting me. If you block me on Facebook, I blocked you back after you unblock me. Do not add me on Snapchat and try to write me on Snapchat. Stop texting me. Okay?
And you heard what she said.
The pits, apparently.
Okay. So I'm just gonna let y'all know where we are. Welcome to the
Did.
pit.
Wait, I found
Okay.
it. I found
Welcome
it.
to the pit. She's empty. I've been drinking since 2:00 this morning. 2:00 this morning. Excuse me. 2 p.m. this morning. Excuse me, 2 p.m. this evening. Girl, it's okay. I hadn't been drinking this morning. Girl, I woke up and worked out. A little exercise. Anywho,
yeah.
right. So let's do, girl, yes, for the muscles.
You know, getting back to my old self. You know how I do.
Body, yaddy. Okay. Anywho, yeah, stop writing me. So we
I
leave
guess
that.
it depends if once you block somebody and then they block you back, like, okay, that means we're not going to continue to contact each other, so stop trying.
Bitch, you better stay there.
Thank you. I don't do redos, so anywho, there we go.
Don't doubt the power of a good redo, because I didn't read it a couple of times.
You redid. You do redos. How did that work out
redid
for
a
you?
couple of times. I flew to DC.
Not
you
for
were
the
gonna tell us because
mimosas.
we knew you did, but you was not gonna tell us. You didn't let it slip. You remember?
I'm so happy that came out this episode because I never knew he did redos. So how did that redo turn out?
Oh, I'm in DC for the weekend. Why? Oh, I just in the city because Oh God! Oh, right.
I went there.
We know.
But how did it work out? It's not working out because we're not talking.
Good enough. Kim, how was your redos?
Okay.
My redo.
Mhm.
We're
We're straight to the point tonight, guys. I'm sorry. How's your redo,
Shit.
Kim?
My redos. We cool, but it ain't
Not enough. Jay, how's your redo? You're married. Not enough. So that leaves us to the point of redos are not good enough because you stop talking, you cut communications, you cut off the way the way our society says cut off someone. We love the nails on it. Yes.
You can tell when a girl get her nails done, honey. It's very this and very that. Very.
Anywho, so redos are better yet, let me thoroughly communicate because I love vocabulary.
Mm-hmm.
So you do not go back to exes for a reason. You guys broke up for a reason. So if we have ever spoken, if we have ever had a connection, we did not reconnect for a reason. I don't care who has a opposition to it. Has it ever worked? Are you
I
with?
was about to ask, what if it's later on down the line?
I
Because
mean, they can mature. They can mature, but right now it's a no-go for me.
okay.
It's just like at now, like you guys separated for a reason for now. Like you guys are searching
Absolutely.
for different
Absolutely.
reasons.
I can
So
agree
it's
with
like-
that.
Yeah, it's just like redos doesn't work. So it's just like when you deal with an ex, what are you expecting? Are you expecting something different? Insanity is expecting you're doing the same thing, expecting something different.
No, because we're
You're
human.
never gonna
And-
get the same result as you would like when y'all first met. You're never gonna get that because
Correct.
I'm a different person. If, say for instance, if me and an ex or whoever, me and a, whatever we were to each other, if we started back talking, you're not gonna get the same KD.
I'm much
that you got
nicer the second
the
time
last
around,
time.
but it's just because I know what we'll do if we get into it.
Well, the
But-
second time around, I do feel like you were saying, it do kind of depend. I mean, I agree with everybody. Like you saying, Miss Phoenix, if we start talking yesterday, but now you calling me today, well, no growth has happened between yesterday and today. So why are we talking? Now, if we're talking years or something, maybe even months, now we're maybe different people. Maybe now there's been some opportunity for growth. But now, as far as the longevity with that, I'm back on KD because now you enter into that space knowing something about that person that you did not know the first time you laid eyes on them. So now you go into the space with like, let me have my guard up just a little bit higher. Let me not invest too much too fast because I don't know if they really changed yet. So this can go in all kind of different directions. Now I must say, I've never broken up with somebody, got back with that person, and I'm still with that person because obviously I'm married and we've never broken up. So I don't really know how often that works in other people's lives, but I have heard that being a thing. But like you're saying, Miss Phoenix, you stopped talking to me yesterday. Well, it's just next week. Nothing's happened.
Right.
There's
And
no growth
especially
that
on
happened.
different socials, like if you block me on Facebook, I'm not going to be different on Instagram.
But see, it's hard to let
I don't get
go.
the blocking thing. I
don't get the blocking either. It's
if
just like
you're older than
block me,
25,
like you're old.
if you
You're
block
done.
me and you're older than 25, that means
You're 33. I'm
you
personal.
want
I'm
to
being personal
cease
tonight.
communication. That means you want to cease communication.
Mm-hmm.
That means you don't want to talk to me. You don't want to see my feed. So we have cut ties, like you said, at that point. If you're over a certain age and you're doing the things like the blocking things, I'm taking that as, okay, no communication.
I don't unblock. So
That should be in the pits for
You
me.
got
I
me.
just tell me what it is. We can just
know
unfollow
what?
each other, I guess, but it all seems a little petty and immature to me. I'm gonna block you, but let me message you on another social media platform.
No.
especially when you have my direct number. Like I don't get that. Like if you have my telephone number and you're communicating with me through social network, don't communicate with me.
Oh, well, that's
It
because
never goes over
he,
well with me.
he deleted your number and he blocked you. So he doesn't remember it.
Mm-hmm.
That's all that means. And
Quote unquote, but we
yeah,
can
and he's
argue
coming
about
back
that.
like, days later because it's familiar. And we as human, we fear what we don't understand. We fear the unknown. And so like a breakup, that's like the unknown because you don't know what is going to happen between you two after that. So you don't want to step into that unknown, into that breakup. So you keep going back and you keep circling back around because of that familiarity. And,
But the gang about that, because I feel like what Miss Phoenix is, what this is alluding to, from what I'm reading from the scenario, you fucked up. I called you out. You blocked me. But now you want back.
On different social networks. Like I don't get if you block me on Facebook, don't add me on Instagram or Snapchat.
What's the point?
Especially when you have my number, because I'm not gonna respond. Because to me, it's just like personal communication. Like this generation, to me, I do not understand a texting generation. Call me to let me know how you are feeling.
Oh, I can't.
And it's just like so many things can be like undone in a
Yes.
phone communication versus you texting me.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
Yes, but
texting
the tone.
never
yeah.
works with me
The
because
tone.
my tone and what I think you are saying in a text message is never translated to what you are actually saying. And
Exactly.
we know this
Okay.
as millennials.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Like we're,
Yes.
we're not gonna sit there and give a safety net to anyone and be like, okay, just text this because it's easier. It
No.
is easier. However, if I have been communicating with you, if I have been dedicating time and effort to you, do not text me when we're in a disagreement.
Okay. I feel okay.
You see what I'm saying? It's just like I have a low limit, and when I say a low limit, it means none.
I feel
So
that.
literally, I block everyone.
And
If you
I
block me
get
the first
you.
time,
I
it's a no go.
honestly- And I honestly get you on that,
Mhm.
especially like if we're in an argument. Why are we texting each other? Because I need to hear
Exactly.
your voice. I need to hear what you're
Your
saying
tone.
to me and how you're saying it to me.
Mhm.
Don't fucking text me. Let me go ahead and call you so we can go ahead and get this straightened out, because texting is taking way too fucking long.
Excuse me. I have a question now.
Uh-huh.
Like, you know how sometimes, I mean, I understand why the newer generation and even some of our own generation operate that way, because it's a lot easier to be typing something and to figure out what you want to say and kind of how you want to say it before you actually verbalize it to someone, so you can
That is a safety net to this
backspace to
generation.
go through it, because there's been a disconnect in actually communicating with
Mhm.
people. Like when we grew up as kids, technology was around when we was kids, but we still had to like be on the playground and be like talking to one another about things. You know, you in fifth grade, you broke up with your boyfriend, you talking to somebody about it. You're not texting nobody about it. When you and your friends have a falling out and it's time to like apologize and like move on, that's a conversation.
Mhm.
That's not a like, well, let me text him and see if you want to go get pizza. That's a
Absolutely.
like, I'm gonna have to go in your face, show a little humility, apologize, and then we can move on from it. So I get both sides of it, but I agree. Like if we arguing about something, like we full out arguing about something, I get that you need space so you can formulate what you want to say. Well, take the space and go formulate it, and then come back and verbalize it.
Mhm.
Right.
Because you texted me about it, and I'm angry on the other end. I'm assuming your tone is also angry. I'm
Yes.
reading it angrily.
Mhm.
And every little
And I-
thing is gonna tick you off. You respond to something, you may just say, okay, bitch, I'm hot, I'm on 10. Okay.
Right.
What
We
How
gotta
long
see-
you gonna be on
we can talk
10?
about it.
Though? Can you communicate after you're done with 10? Like, how long are you on 10? Because if you're gonna be on 10 for like 6 days, move on.
No, that's too much.
That's entirely too much.
I'm talking
It's
about,
just
like, on
I can't
10 for,
tolerate
like,
that
30
6-day
minutes.
period of being on 10. Honey, if you're gonna be on 10 for 6 days, go on about your business.
Mhm.
And it's just like I'm not giving like safety nets to people. You're an adult, communicate.
True.
Our millennial generation, we don't communicate because social network has made it so easy to sit there and just, like another picture. It's just like, if this is not working with this person, I can like this other person. Even if this person is not showing me attention, I can like this other person and feel like that person is giving me attention. But it's just like, if I'm putting in the effort for you, if I'm putting in the energy for you, the time, resources, and that's my issue. Resources is my issue.
Mhm.
If I'm putting in resources for you, like communicate with me. Because my time is money, literally.
Question is though, were there signs that you may have overlooked in the moment that would have led you to believe I'm wasting my time and my coins and my resources on this nigga?
You know what? With that, I like that question. I actually do. And let me thoroughly answer it. There is always signs. However, when you see signs, is that necessarily like 100% like this is what it is? You know what I'm saying? Like if you see something, it's just like, oh, this is what it automatically means. It may not. Like people who deal with things differently. So if I just had a death in the family, like in the past relationship, I had a death in the family, I could not communicate with my partner. Doesn't necessarily mean I do not like my partner, is that, or that I just couldn't deal with all of those things at the same time.
I mean, it's
You see what I'm saying?
Contextual. It's obviously going to all be based up on context, but yes, I get what, like a sign may not be let me get the fuck out the door, but it's definitely let me.
I'm not doing that,
and let me take that and let me catalog it. So if this repeats again or a couple of times, okay, now this is a sign.
Or if I notice that pattern that I noticed from the past, I'm not going to ignore it. You know,
because we've done this before. We've done this before.
Yeah, I've been here.
And see, that's the thing. I like that you brought that up, Q, because that's the thing too. That I feel like it's a lot of us that are triggered by our past relationships. So when we do get somebody that we, are feeling, and they feeling you, and it's going good, it's like, damn, this is going way too good. Hold the fuck up. What's going on? It's stuff like that. I think most of the time we are triggered from our past relationships, and it's just like, how do we get past those past relationship triggers? And I think that's a lot of what this generation and and behind us, and even now, I think that's a lot of problems that's going on with this generation, because some of these people in this generation, they don't know how to fucking date. Girl. They don't know how to be monogamous.
Down.
They want their fucking cake and eat it too.
Down.
Yum, like yum. It's a lot of that going on.
And let me add something to you, Kim. They do not know how to let go. They do not know how to let go. When a situation is dead, you have to know how to walk away from that situation. We had a mutual friend that was just like, well, maybe it's this. You guys know what I'm talking about. Like, let's not make that face. But
no, I'm thinking about my
you know what I'm saying? You guys know what I'm talking about. And it's all love. Like, it's all love at the end of the day. Yeah, let's call.
Okay, anyway. But I was able to let every past relationship go except for one. And so
that carries on to the next relationship, though. Like to say,
yes,
and for the military uniform. Oh, I can't let go of that. Okay, that's what Sandy's got with. Go ahead.
Bookie, I go to war for it. I go to war.
All right.
I know I'm gonna be like Kim, but just not say nothing.
We can't do that.
Just not say anything.
You know I'm a gas up anybody who is acting a damn fool.
Okay. What KD and Miss Phoenix was just saying, let's move right along.
Yes, get off my husband. Let's go. Go ahead, honey. We get it. We get
it. This is what, Kim, you hit on something that made me think. Like past relationships affecting how we interact going forward, but in a negative way, right?
Yes.
I think about this all the time. My own parents and how they interact with each other. Now they've been married 40 something years, right? As a child, I used to always be like, why? Why are y'all both still here? Because it's obvious to me that there's a lot of tension and whatnot going on. So why are we still here?
I love that he's seen his ass in the podcast. I'm sorry.
Familiar.
Go ahead.
Anyway, like why are we repeating this cycle over and over and over and over and over? And then when I became an adult, I went into the dating world like what I'm not gonna do, 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 based on what I've seen in my household. But then had to look back again and be like, Lord, I am starting to exhibit some of those same mentalities, some of those same things that I witnessed growing up, right?
Yeah.
But now that I'm in the world dating now, it used to be so easy to be like, oh, this, don't like it, we're done. You know, like no matter what we've built thus far, like this happened, we're done. There was no talking through, working through, let's see, because now it's like, girl, if that man ain't doing this, that, and you gotta let him go. Dude, if she ain't doing this and she ain't doing that, don't waste your time. You gotta let her go, which may be true for certain situations. But I think what KD is saying, if you got somebody, everybody's coming into a situation with some trauma, right? From a past situation.
Absolutely.
If you don't want to give nobody grace, but you don't want to be alone, then what are we really even talking about? Because everybody you meet is going to bring something with them. Unless you're dating, you know, children. Like everybody you date is going to bring something with them. So I think it becomes like, at what point do we say, well, let me see if we can really figure this out, right? Let me see if we can work through this, blah, 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 blah. Or is it that much of a red flag to where you feel like, okay, I'm in danger? Whether it be mentally, emotionally, physical. Like if it's like, I need to leave. So it's a strange crossroad, but then again, that's dating. You have to figure it out, and maybe everybody doesn't know how to date. That's true. Were we taught how to date? I was never taught how to enter into the dating world. My siblings are so much older than me, and then the dating that I did see them do, that wasn't healthy. So I never saw many healthy relationships growing up. So we enter into the dating world. We don't know what the fuck we doing. We just meet people. They are friend. We like them. We want to have sex with them. So that's our boyfriend. That's our girlfriend. You think all of a sudden, now you 20, that's what you're doing. And then all of a sudden you turn 26 and you think that just stops. Now you've matured. So now you do it differently. You do like KD said. You take what you've been doing and that is a big picture that you are looking through when you enter into a situation with a new person. Because I used to be under the impression, bitch, dating is like courting, right? Shouldn't I be able to get to know several different people at one time? And then people confuse that with like cheating, non-monogamous, all these different things, being a hoe, being a player. We're dating. Nothing has transpired. No words have transpired to say, you are mine, I am yours. That hasn't happened. See, it's all fucked up. The whole dating system's all. I'm glad I'm out of it. I'm very much removed.
That's the thing, because if you are dating someone,
right,
but you are giving out that we're in a relationship vibe,
energy, because people don't know how to separate the two.
Right.
It's just because of communication, though.
If you are giving out that vibe, though, if you're giving out that relationship vibe, of course you're not going to be able to separate the two. Of course you're not.
Right.
If you're dating, you're going to be dating. That means we can go and we can, hang out and stuff like that. But don't give relationship vibes into dating.
That's the
thing that gets mixed up.
I agree with that.
That's all that is. And you have to be clear with your boundaries. Like, that's one thing about dating that I'm fond of now, being very upfront. Because once you be very upfront, nobody can ever say, oh, well, I didn't know this, or, oh, I thought we were doing this. No, because I told you up front what I was looking for. Now, if you sat there and if you ignored my disclaimer, my verbal disclaimer, then that's on you, because we both grown at this point.
I like that.
So that's for you to know. Another thing, don't keep repeating the same cycles in these relationships, whether it's taking your trauma from your past relationships and basing that old person or basing that new person off of that old person, or whether it's, just anything, or the red flags. If you notice them and you just keep on going like you've been doing, like I said last week, that's insanity. That's the literal definition. You keep doing the same thing, hoping for a different outcome. So in other words, you keep dating the same people, you keep making these same mistakes, and you're hoping for a different outcome. No, like change it up.
It's not going to happen. And Miss Phoenix, pulling it all back to your seemingly situation. Listen, sometimes people are just in your life to take advantage of you so that you can know to not be taken advantage of again.
Yes.
Right.
And that's just that on that. But when you notice that somebody is exhibiting those habits, bring that shit to the table. Bring it to the room. Don't sit on it. Call them out on it. See how they respond to it. See how they act to it. Are we super defensive? Are you in, what's the state of the conversation that we going to have if I feel there's something like that's going on? Because girl, like you said, your time is your money.
That's it. Don't waste my time.
Giving your time to somebody else, I mean, you're literally giving your time to a person. Yeah, you might think, oh, it's the idea of us. No, it's to that person. And if that same energy is not being given back to you on no accord, and then the person is not showing proper gratitude for such, it's a no for me. It's a fucking no for me. And then try to gaslight me in the situation. It's a no. You want to block me in the situation to make me feel like I need to be apologizing for something?
Like I done something wrong.
Bitch, stay blocked. You blocked. You
never. I'll never unblock you. I promise you.
Stay.
I don't even operate that way. I'll never unblock you. I'm sorry.
You lost my number. Forever have it lost. Then forever have it lost. Then if you lost my number, you got a new phone. Oh, it can transfer. Oh, I don't know. I can't help you. You lost it. I can't help you find it. You lost it. I can't help you.
My biggest issue in this community, not the community, but this generation as millennials, I would like to date people way older than I am. However, I would say my biggest issue in millennials is just like the let's say the quality of your communication. Because a lot of people think they are communicating accurately and they're not. It's like you say some things and it may be like slang to you, but if you're from the East Coast and I'm from the South, it's not going to connect as to how we are communicating. So when I tell you, do not text me when we're in a disagreement, that's what I mean, because I don't know what you mean in this disagreement. Like, do you never want me to text you again? Or do you want me to give you a couple of days? And I'm not at the point where I want to give you a couple of days as an adult because I travel so much. I'm not going to give you a couple of days. Either you want this or you do not. And that's kind of where I'm at this point. And it's just like, you know, with the blocking and all this other stuff, I dealt with that in relationships with the blocking and unblocking.
Oh, I
don't like that. Like, I don't like that. And I've dealt with that. Like, I've tolerated that. And it's just like what you tolerate, you accept. So that was part of like my earlier relationships. It's just like when a person blocked me, it's just like, okay, it's cool. You know, let's continue your relationship outside of it. But now if you block me, I'm gonna block you forever and you'll never get unblocked. Like, that's how I am now. And it's just like, I don't feel bad for it. But if you ever block me, you would never get unblocked from me. And I mean that. And it's just because the communication level, if I'm going to be long-term with you, you need to be able to communicate with me. And that's a bare minimum. Like, I'm not accepting anything besides the bare minimum. It's just like, you need to be able to communicate as an adult.
That's right.
I'm just trying to figure out is there a Miss Phoenix that we don't know? Are you out there giving baby D energy? Are you out there with bricks, busting niggas' doors open, busting niggas' cars open? Because I'm like, what grown man blocks somebody that they're in or just recently out of a relationship with, unless homegirl was riding through the neighborhood with them things, with them choppers? You blocked me on social media.
I do ride with choppers, but I do have receipts too. Anywho, I don't care. I'll shoot it every time. I really don't care at this point because it's just like, you know, I had respect for this gentleman, and it's just like when you block me on Facebook and then you added me on Instagram and Snapchat. Yeah, y'all are speechless. Look at that. I like that. I like that response right there because no one understands that.
Was there
So
something
you
to hide
get
on Facebook?
my
Scared of the family?
response to block you on every social network. It's just like, why are we communicating? Get back to your seat. Did we do an intermission? Did we say intermission?
We did not. We did not.
Did he just
But I
get
get
up
what
in
you're
his
saying,
boxes
though.
and leave because his
I
man,
do get what you're saying.
his
I
man
get what
walking
you're saying,
around in
though.
boxes. But you get what I'm saying, Kim. It's just like when you block me, it's just like that's what you're communicating. I no longer want to speak to you ever when you block me on any type of social network. I don't care what it is. I don't care if people be like, well, it's my page. I can block you. Yeah, you can. But when you block me, I'll never speak to you again. And like our generation takes it as, I don't know why you're being so upset about that. Because you block me on social network. Like I should feel some kind of way about that if my partner blocks me on social network.
Yeah.
Like, why would I not feel some kind of way if you block me on social network? You're my partner. I should be able to talk to you about anything at this point. And when you block me on social network, that means like that portion of communication is blocked from me. So I can only communicate with you about these certain things. And if I feel like I'm obligated to like block certain things that I communicate with you about, we're not going to make it long term because there are certain things that we cannot communicate about. And you just made that known.
And see, honestly, for me, social media, of course, you already know, like I fucking struggle to keep up with social media.
If y'all don't know, you never see him on IG promoting anything. He's never there.
I need to put the finishing touches up on this promo. It's going to be done tomorrow. It's going to be out, so everybody be looking for that. What was I saying? Something about something.
Your social media.
Your social media.
That's right, Mookie. I mean, honestly, for me, it's not a big deal, but I guess it's just for me.
The block on social network was not a big deal. Explain that to me. I like clear communication.
Oh, wait. I get you. I feel you. Like, it's one thing for me to have your social media and like we're talking, because I really don't care if I have it. But
same.
If I just, choose to look at it from whenever I get on social media and I see that I'm blocked, of course I'm gonna have questions about, okay, why am I blocked from your page? Like I'm gonna have a question like, why am I like I'm barely on here?
Hiding?
Like, yeah, I'm barely on here.
Cannot see.
What the fuck? Why am I blocked? Like I'm never on here. So yeah, I would have a question about that. And depending on the response, it's going to have me to either leave it alone or to, I'm not even going to say file it back in that Rolodex. I'm going to just say like put it on the desk and be like, okay, let me look into this.
Sticky note.
Right. So
how looking at it, honey. It's
like however you respond to me, it's going to let me know, because by this point, I'm going to know who I'm talking to. Like I'm gonna know the cues that I'm looking for within your movements or within like your body language. Basically, I'm gonna know when you lying to me.
Every time.
So basically what we're saying is what is in the pits tonight for communication. Petty responses to poor communication.
You ain't got a lot.
Gaslighting.
Yeah.
And adults blocking people that you're still trying to talk to, because I really cannot wrap my head. I have never, and I have been in some petty ass relationships. I have never, if I have been blocked, I didn't know it, which tells you how much I care. So if you watch it and you have blocked me and you like that motherfucker lying because I didn't know it. So I mean, that baffles me, especially somebody that you've invested in.
And the words of Fantasia, if you don't want me, then don't talk to me.
Don't talk to me. That word, honey.
Yes.
And I would tell you a disclaimer, if I've ever blocked you on social network, it's just because I don't want you long term. Like, let's just be honest about it. If I've ever blocked you, like to my partner, I would never have any secrets to my partner.
And if I block you,
It may be
who you are,
different to
'cause you
other
my
people,
family.
but if I blocked you, it's because I didn't want you to see anything. So
Yeah,
there's no
boom.
texting me around
Boom,
it.
right
It's just like,
there.
hey, how you doing? I blocked you. I mean, I don't want you to know. So it's just like it's no reading between the lines. Like let's have thorough communications. I did not want you to talk to me if I blocked you. Like I never to this point, when I turned 28, I will say it was later in my 20s. When I turned 28, if I ever blocked someone, I never unblocked them.
I even blocked, I mean, I have blocked people, but nobody that I was like involved with ever.
I have.
It's not an issue. I have. I
Maybe
mean,
they never had my social media.
I
don't know. Did they
very
even have my
tight.
social media?
So
I blocked one person
I
and
have.
also changed my phone number, but
I've limited what
Like-
people can see.
8 months
I'll
down
do that in a
the
minute.
same person had my phone number and we were talking again. So
but see, Jay, with that
Right.
point, you said you blocked people that you limited somebody to see. If you have to limit someone on your
But
post,
nobody I've
why have them
dated,
on there
though.
altogether?
Nobody that I've dated though. There are just certain people that have a tendency to do a little too much sometimes. So it's not that I dislike the person, they just do too much. So let me just not have them interact with certain posts or feeds or whatever.
Right.
It just be
Which I get
too
that.
much.
Yeah.
It'd be too much. And during that Snapchat on IG and shit like that, block you, bitch. I'll just follow you.
Now IG, I never blocked anyone on IG.
And
because
Facebook, I don't even
on
have
IG.
because I can't with the Facebook.
Yeah. Facebook, I just unfollow you. I'm not gonna block you on Facebook.
And see, that's my thing. Like I don't unfollow you. I don't block you on social media. I mean, number one, I'm barely
You
there.
don't have no social media. What are we talking about? You cannot relate. You cannot relate.
But
You don't have
I
social media.
will say, guys, here's a disclaimer. As a woman that travels and things, I have social network to keep in touch with my family.
Right.
Mhm.
So it's not a point that I'll be like, oh, I deactivate my Facebook all the time. Like I'm pretty sure if anyone follows me, they know I deactivate my Facebook a lot. However, it's due to the fact, not the deactivation, but the reason that I have a profile is just to keep up with like distant family.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, I'm not going to deactivate that account just because I'm upset. Like I would rather deactivate that person that's aggravating me than to deactivate my entire account.
Right.
So that is why I will block someone or deactivate. Like it's just like, if I don't want to see you on my page, and like a lot of guys, like you guys may not know, but guys like literally stalk your page. Girls stalk your page. That's something that's common in millennials. Like they're like, oh, she cute.
I don't have no problem.
I do. Like I see the individual likes, like the liking notification comes to your phone. Look at that. Anyway, the liking notification comes to your phone, and then you click on it. It's just like it's non-existing. You know, Kim know what I'm talking about. It's just like it's non-existent, and it's just like we're so much of adults. Like, why not just call me and tell me that you're feeling that way? Because 9 times out of 10, I don't hold that animosity that you think I do. It's just because I think you're not like capable of that mature conversation. So most of the time when I'm blocking, it's just because you haven't given me that mature conversation that let me know that you're able to still be friends on social network and not just, be a butthole. So I mean, that's where I'm at about it. Like, it's just like, I don't want you to be a butthole on my page. Like my mom is on there, so I don't want you to be like, bitch. I didn't answer your call. I didn't answer your call like yesterday, and you're just like, bitch, you didn't answer my call. Like, I don't want you doing this. I'm gonna block you.
I'm gonna make a suggestion.
Yes.
I don't know. We're gonna semi-end. Shall we say when we're giving y'all an episode? This is an episode, okay? This is an episode, honey. She's gonna have a title and everything. You understand me? I I don't know what the vetting process is for these Negroes that are coming in and out of your life.
Throw them away.
But
Just throw all the niggas away.
somebody else needs to
Start fresh.
be on the vetting committee. I don't want you to date not another human being. I don't give a damn what it is. I don't need you to date not another human being that takes social media that fucking serious and behaves like a child.
Yeah.
Whoever this person is,
Yeah.
if you're watching, if you're not watching, I don't know you personally, but your actions is mighty trash.
Fuck all that. I'm gonna just give it to you straight. Look, nigga, I don't know where you're from, but over here, where we from, we don't do that type of shit over here. Okay, so you keep that shit over there. Now, what's next on the list for tonight?
Right, add some more people to the vetting list. Start filling these Negroes out ahead of time because this kind of activity, girl, you ain't got time for this.
Thank you.
You are full ass, busy ass, whole ass out here saving fucking lives during the pandemic. You got too much going on in your life to be sitting around pressed like a fucking panini over some fucking rotten ass tomatoes.
And first of all, you were good for doing this shit, doing the damn penny loafer because goddamn, I can't do it. I can't work in the medical field right now and be stressed.
It's too much.
No.
Honey, I try to explain it like I need to be happy when I come home. Like happiness is a personal choice. I do agree with that. Like you should never depend on your partner to make you happy. You have to be happy by yourself.
Yes.
Like no partner, no family, no nothing can make you happy by yourself.
But also when I come home, I don't want to come home to hell.
Because I have went through a relationship where, I quoted a patient, I'm like, I cracked her ribs. And he's just like, well, I made an order wrong and we got into it. And I'm just like, I don't give a fuck what you did in fast food.
I'm so glad you left that nigga.
Not know who I'm talking about. Yes, indeed. And me too. But I will say I am.
Talk about it now.
Do they call it like a hopeless romantic? I was a hopeless romantic. So it's just like, you meet a person, you're willing, you're like thinking that they will change and things of that nature. And I'm just like, you know what? This person is who they are, and this is not going to work. And that is okay. You know what I'm saying? So I never want anybody to think like if somebody is doing that to you, that doesn't mean that they're necessarily a bad person. It was just not the person for you. I'm not gonna say that these guys are bad persons or anything. I never sit there and bad mouth my exes. I'm just like, when we dated, it's kind of crappy. You know what I'm saying? It's just like they're not a bad person, but in their relationship, they were kind of crappy. So at the same time, like that wasn't the person for me. So please do not take this message as, let's lead it in, just lead that ninja. Let me say it like this.
But he was sorry.
He was
sorry, girl. He stepped up with a trash bag, girl, and Kim went off. He stepped up with a trash bag in my house and Kim went off. Like, girl, he didn't see that trash bag. I said, girl, he never sees it. But he fills it up. In my younger years, y'all, I promise you I don't deal with that now. But I will say it's just like in millennial dating, my takeaway points would be
no pick and choose because you didn't tell me shit about no trash bag because I would have been told your ass years ago.
Oh, honey, you already know how my folks is, Jaquil. You hang around them. We don't touch trash bags as females. I'm sorry. Anyhow,
because I was hot. I was so fucking hot.
Kim was hot. Kim went off as soon as he walked out the door, honey. As soon as he walked out the door. And to that situation, like, I don't feel like he's a bad guy. I feel like he just needs a certain type of woman.
Sorry.
I'm not that woman. He is.
Sorry.
To me. It's a southern woman. He's sorry as shit.
My best friend's house and take out the damn trash, and I'm a whole motherfucking woman over here. He could have did the same motherfucking thing.
And I stuck my bike key in my ignition, girl, and I had to pay $400 to get it replaced.
Are you fucking
And then came back upstairs like, I hope you don't get mad about this. I'm like, you hope I don't get upset? What is it? I made a mistake and took your bike key and put it in your ignition to your vehicle.
Did you ask?
And it would not come out. It was $467.64 to be
Did you
exact.
ask him for the money? Did he offer to pay for the repair or whatever?
He didn't have it. It wasn't anything to offer. I was
Sorry.
first, he was working in a fast food restaurant, so it was nothing to offer. He was just like, if I like it was one of these, it was one of
Lies.
these.
If it was child support, the government would have garnishing them motherfucking checks. He had, if he had an income, he had something to offer. I don't give a damn if he gave you $1 every 2 months. Bitch, I want my $466. I'll wait.
It was one of these arguments, like if I had the money, I'll pay you. I'm like, but you don't, and you did not.
Sorry.
So like you know what? It ain't even none of the like shoot him down, because it's just like, this is something I accepted, so I fully accept the responsibility. This ain't even on him. This is just on me. It's like, this is something I accepted at the time. So I'm woman enough to admit that. Like, it's cool. Like, to this day, I mean, he texted me like last year during my birthday, like, hey, and it's just like, you know, my number changed, whatever. It didn't, but you know, my number changed. Anywho, but
I would have texted back.
not $460. I knew where you were going with this.
I'm glad you know. I'm glad you know.
With this.
I should have texted back. It's my birthday. Honestly, you know what I could really use?
Honestly, when you're dealing with people and you allow things like that, you know what people can afford and what they cannot afford. So it's just like, when you're dealing with people and it's just like they do stupid things like that, it's just like, okay, I knew better. That person should never have been in that type of car that they could not afford. You know what I'm saying? So it was just like, I couldn't really put a lot of blame on him, because it was a lot of blame on myself. It's just like, I knew he didn't have common sense there.
But
anytime you stick a bike key in a ignition to a vehicle, a bike key. Have you guys ever seen a bike key?
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't look like a key that goes into a car. I'm sorry.
I was just gonna say,
a bicycle, like you have to pedal. I don't mean a motorcycle. Like, I have a motorcycle, but this is not it. Like a bicycle, like a.
I was just gonna say, didn't he have to sit there and force that key in there?
He did force it. It was wedged in there to the point where when the roadside assistance guy came by, he was just like, I'm gonna tow it.
And you know what? I'm so happy for you. I thank God for growth.
And furthermore, I'm gonna tell you even more so of the shame. Like, he didn't even take me to work that night.
Oh, girl.
Kim took me to work that night, by the way.
All right, y'all. This has been an episode of the Pits Podcast.
It's in the pits. I'm in the pits tonight.
Before we leave.
No, you ain't in the pits. Them sorry ass humans.
We'll found the video, everybody. Before we leave. Here we go.
Take no wig off her head again. So, bitch, if you don't get on, you're not getting this wig back. And I wasn't even at the fight. I was actually, you know what? God worked in mysterious ways, because I go to Miami in like 6 more days, right? On my right hand of God, I got a little 20-inch wig. I'm like, God, you know I pay my bills. I don't know how I'm gonna get a little inch longer. You know what I'm saying? For Miami, Lord, I can't really afford no wig right now, because you know I pay bills. So I can't afford no long wig right now. But guess what? I bullshit you not. My homegirls woke me up and said, bitch, we got the fighting at the club last night. We bought you a wig. I said, bitch, what? And I was there talking to God about what I'm going to do for Miami. And bitch, when I die, it's going to be a whole different wig, bitch. And it don't even look the way it did on your head, because your stylist ain't fucking with mine, bitch. Get the fuck into it. What is you talking about, bitch? And this is natural. Ain't no filters on no motherfucking... Bitch, ain't no filters on live, bitch. And if it is, I don't know how to work them. So I don't know what the fuck you talking about, bitch. I'm cute. Y'all hoes mad. And Venus, you want to eat my pussy so bad, it's sick.
I don't, sis. Did she say Phoenix you want? Girl, no, I don't.
Oh, no,
I don't like your weave.
It's one
That's on
more.
my children now. Man, this wig going to Miami, that's on my children now. That I'm not laughing about. If you would have texted me with some respect, bitch, because you knew personally I wasn't out there fighting. So had you text me with a little respect, you don't know what type of woman I done grew into, bitch. I probably would have gave your wig back. Probably would have told you, damn, let me just rock that motherfucker to Miami. I got you. You know what I'm saying? Outside the beef, I got you. But bitch, you came at me wrong. Now I don't like you. Now you definitely can't get your motherfucking wig back, bitch. I can't even put that wig.
Keep that wig, girl. Keep that wig, girl. Because I felt like
These are the toxic ass girls I remember from high school, bitch. Toxic ass girls. You took somebody else's wig, glued it to your head. The person came at you about their wig, but they came at you wrong. So I'm gonna keep the wig now. So now it's my fault because I came at you wrong about something that was my property and was once glued atop my scalp.
I mean, but if you had came at her with a correct attitude, she would have gave it back to you after she came from Miami.
Jay,
She about to sell her children to go to Miami to pop lock it and drop it in front of, I don't know, YNBC AAC. Girl, what is going on?
Let me make a disclaimer. She did not say Miss Fadex, y'all. I'm just
and
this
you know,
got my wig on.
Thank y'all for listening to the Piss Week. We love and appreciate you. I'm Q. You can follow me on Twitter at OK_Jaquel. Miss Phoenix, where can they find you?
Chad, I forgot my social network. Miss Ash_world. It's my world, bitch. Follow
KD,
me.
where can they find you?
Y'all can find me at Kim_no possible, you know.
Jay, last but not least, where can they find you?
Okay, first of all, I'm gonna need y'all to go on over there to our Instagram. Again, that is the_Pit_podcast. You can find me. I believe it is _Jay's World with an E __. If that's incorrect, just go to the Pit's podcast page and you can find me there. It'll be the same thing on Twitter, same thing on IG. We keep it all the same, so there's no confusion. Jay's World, that's what it is. And again, thank you. Please subscribe, follow, like, share, comment. Tell us what, you know, if you have an idea for a topic you want us to speak on, you have a personal experience you want us to, you know, look into, maybe give you a little advice, tell you what we would do. I wouldn't call it advice. What we would do. Drop in the comments, let us know. Hit us up in our DMs on IG, all of that. As always, thank you guys for listening and watching if you're subscribed to our YouTube channel. And on that note, we're going to get up out of here. Bye.
Deuces.
Yeah.